Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time it is where you are, but right now it is time for more insight. This is insight you can trust because there is more where it came from. I'm your host, Chris Moore. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, do all those things that you have to do to build a community, make this channel grow. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to help this channel grow, just trying to tell stories that need to be told from the people that deserve to tell them. And speaking of people who deserve to tell a story, I have somebody in the building with me. Uh, you know, a lot of people, women's sports, let me go there. Women's sports is mainstream. And there are some people that you all need to pay attention to. Of course, Angel Reese is one of those. The list goes on and on. I'm not going to get the naming because I don't want to get in trouble. But right now, in the building with me, we have the WNFC Title IX champ, defensive MVP, straight from the Texas Elite Spartans. Jewelle Grimsley is in the building. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me, Chris. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to start off. I want to get a little feel of you, see how you're feeling. There's a lot going on in your life right now. You're a champ, you're an MVP. The season just ended, but there is going to be another season. So this chapter in your life, everything going on, what's the name of this chapter in your life?
Really, if I had to name this chapter, it's probably New Beginnings. It's like a fresh slate in a lot of different places for me right now, like career wise, just all over football wise. And in my eyes, like, you know what I mean? Like we had to start over from scratch. After losing the last non-cup championship and then starting back over. So I feel like it's new beginnings for me.
Okay. All right. I love it. I love it. There has to be a new beginning in order to get to the next chapter in your life. There has to be a Genesis in order to get to the revelation. I'm a church boy, so it comes out here and there. Um, so for me, I know that a lot of people play football, but to me, it looks like that you actually live it. You're one of them ones. Um, where does this edge come from to play professional football at this level?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think what a lot of people don't know is that like I didn't actually like start off like in the diaper playing sports. So like I was a late bloomer. So I started playing sports really late, and I actually got introduced to flag football out of Orlando at Dr. Phillips High School, and that's where my football really began. And let me tell it, I was never in my life playing tackle football. I was like, yeah, no, I think we met the Orlando Anarchy at one of our practices, and I'm like, I would never do that in my life. And then fast forward, 2013, 14, I ended up starting playing with the Savannah Sabres, and then it was history from there. I ain't never put it down. Yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
just been pushing since then.
So being that you didn't come out the diaper playing sports, it's kind of been a transition. So take me back to, let's go to high school. Who believed in you before, you may have even believed in yourself? Like, who are some of those people who kind of pushed you to where you are right now?
Um, I could say like in my family, probably like my nephews, like we all started like, you know what I mean, like in the streets, playing basketball, playing football. My grandma supported everything, you know what I mean, like that I did. My mom supported everything, but I didn't actually like, you know what I mean, like I wasn't with my mom. I was like with my aunt. So I was raised by my aunt. Um, and then like after outside of like those like few family members, everything really came from probably like my best friend and like her parents. Like so my best friend Tanisha, shout out Tanisha, and Coach Ty, like everybody know in the neighborhood, like Coach Ty was gonna push everybody to do, you know, like do your best. So a lot of my support actually came from like, you know what I mean, like the family that I actually ended up creating through the sports that I did play. So like I said, like my friends, my friends' family, and then my coaches, of course. So like they always like, hey, like you can really do this, like this, you know, like you gotta just push yourself, you know, like put your best self forward. So that's really where it came from.
Let me ask you this. Do you have siblings?
Yes, I have like one younger brother and an older sister.
Okay. Because when you said my friends became my family, I was like, that that hit me because I'm an only child. So that's why I had to ask. Okay. All right. So from high school to now, I see the evolution. But part of that evolution is women's sports. Do you feel like y'all are still fighting people? Still, let me not say fighting, but there are still battles that people don't see. Um, in your words, in your opinion, what's the real cost of being a woman in football?
Pretty much just having to prove yourself every time, you know? Like everything you do is always compared to like a man. It's always you're always compared like, oh, like if you anytime you see women's football on social media, go straight to the comments. And I can guarantee you one of the first comments you're gonna see if she played against me or if I play against her or a boys high school team would easily like it's always compared to a man. But what I don't understand is why are we not comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges? Like I don't see these same men that jump to these comments that come and say this stuff. Like you don't go to Adrian Peterson like or you know what I mean like you don't go to CeeDee Lamb or you know like any NFL past or present. Like you don't see them in like old like people like older like legends or even present day saying like, "Oh, I would easily beat you." Like you don't hear any of those things because they don't compare themselves to that. So like, what makes you think that like I ever thought that I wanted to play against you? But in some of those cases, it's like, I mean, well, come over here and see, come find out. Like,
Come find out. And you know what? The funny thing is, it's not even funny, but I've realized that there are a lot of men who hate women for whatever
yes,
reason. And
yes,
especially with this whole conversation about the WNBA, they just want to raise. And my thing is, everybody's talking about, well, the company's not making money. The WNBA is not profitable. Why do they want more money? Bro, you go to your job every year expecting a raise. Let
yes,
them not get you a raise. And they say, well, we didn't make our money. What you gonna do? You gonna leave.
yep, yep. But I mean, for whatever reason, like you said, like men hate women, and I'm not really sure like what it is, or like it's just, I guess it's just like basic society, like everybody looking for somebody else to step on. Like, I mean, like if I have to pick a pecking order, you of course I'm gonna put the woman, underneath me. So I feel like that really that's what it's got to be. You got to hate somebody, so
Oh,
like the ones that support you in most cases. So
I get it. And here's the thing. Here's the other thing. It's those same guys that's talking about, oh, she wouldn't do that against me. Like you said, come out on that field and get some of that smoke. I want to see some. I want to see some of these same dudes line up against D Train. That's what I want to see. I want to see some of these same dudes line up and race you. That's what I want.
that ain't even the smoke that they really be looking for. That's why it's always
Exactly.
stop right where it's at. Like,
Exactly. Oh, okay. I'm getting off track. Um, Talk to me about the sacrifices because I know it's not easy. I mean, physically, emotionally, even if it's financially, what are some of the things that you have to do just to line up and do what you love to do?
okay. We talking about time, we talking about money, we talking about locations, we talking about comfortability. Like, there's a lot of sacrifices that we have to pour on. Me, myself, like, um, I was in the military for 15 years, and like basically uprooting yourself every so often, every time it's time for a new duty station after like pretty much sowing your roots into a team is like you kind of get comfortable, you start making a name for yourself, and then you start like actually kind of getting in the groove of things, and it's time for you to move because I mean duty calls, so you got to go somewhere else. Over into like being a travel player. Being a travel player and being in the military, it doesn't really mix too heavy. Just kind of like being away from your team, having to like watch, like practices on film whenever time fits, like include your family. So you miss out on that chemistry, like you miss out on, like those small little nicks, like nits and Kearney that actually just put everything together. And it's like, I got to get in where I fit in. But, you know what I mean? Like it's work you got to pour into it. And then when you on the flip side of it, it's like, okay, cool. I still got to make money. You still got to, you got to eat. You got to, have a place to live. Like, so it's like, sometimes you miss practices, sometimes you miss games, sometimes like I know I like missed half my season a couple years back because I was deployed, so I had to miss half the season and then come back in. I was able to finish it, I was able to make the championship game, of course. So, but it's just like those things. Like you have to sacrifice so many different things. Like sacrifice time away from your family. You miss out on like your kids, like growth and stuff like that, because dragging your kid along. Like, of course, your kid. Some kids love it. Like I know mine. I have a 3-year-old, so he loved it. Like he had football. He had football practice with us. Like he trying to do the drills. Matter of fact, he wants to be the coach. So like in some ways, like it helps, like with their upbringing to have that extra family, but it does take away from the time that, like, what I mean? Like, I know he wants to do little kid things. Like sometimes you just don't have time because you got to make sure you make your practices. In addition to playing, I also coach. So I'm a player coach. So I coach the defensive back. So, Like, so I have to be on Zoom calls. I have to, Like help my position. Like, hey, I'm back on with them. I'm doing like small things with them, small training sessions. Like I'm back in it every single time, but I still got to like cut out time for my baby. So it's like those kind of things, like, it's so many sacrifices that come into just, like playing this sport and still having to like prove to the world that you're the best at what you actually do. So, yeah.
We're gonna break this part up real quick because we're in the same boat. When does your son turn 4?
August 15th.
August 15th. Mine turns 4 on September 3rd.
Okay.
The day before Beyonce. Neither here nor there. I'm the Beyonce fan in my house.
I did.
I find myself at this age of 3 going into 4, like, can I just freeze time right now?
Man, listen. Oh my
Because
goodness.
he's, and I'm pretty sure you feel it too. He's still like on that edge of being a baby toddler, but you already know things about to really change. He's about to have some strong opinions. He's about to say some strong things, and it's like I'm not ready for it.
Yeah.
How you dealing with all this right now? Maybe I can lean on you and get some encouragement.
Listen, the best thing I can tell you is to welcome these conversations. Like, I'm not everybody that's met my kid knows this man is already opinion. Like he's heavily opinionated. Like he's gonna tell you how he feel. It, it's no words for it. I think the best way to like go about this is just be strong in what you do. If you have never felt like you needed to explain things thoroughly, like you gotta get to like the basics. Like I ain't never had to explain what this word actually means, but you go get really really strong at communicating. That's the first thing. But I let him I let him have his opinions. I let him, like, we go back and forth.
Absolutely.
We go back and forth. Like we had a conversation the other day about challenges, and he expressed to me how I don't really like challenges because I think they get in my way. I don't like them. So what are we gonna do about it? Well, and he likes Spider-Man. So I was like, what about Spider-Man and his challenges? He was like, I got it. That's it. That's it. Spider-Man kicks him in the face. So I'm gonna kick. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Let's reel it back.
Hold
Let's
up.
not
Like,
go
what?
that way.
Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. But at the end
Stay
of the day, like,
focused.
in this stage, I think is to me, I think it's really important to like allow them to grow, like allow them to like where I grew up, like, I mean, you weren't allowed to say certain things. You weren't allowed to, like, your opinions didn't really matter. You keep that to yourself. So I think I'm gonna do the exact opposite. So it's like, no, I think I want to know what you think about this. I want to know how you feel. And then we can mix this together. I can have a conversation with you, and you can have a conversation back with me and tell me how you feel after I explain to you why it's this way. So,
That's I think that's the hardest part for me because you're fighting against how you were raised.
yeah.
Not saying that everything was bad, but you don't want to take those toxic things and pass it on
Yep.
because, of course, growing up, when we said something back, it was considered talking back.
Yep.
Like, I just want to know. I literally want to know why I can't do that. But you getting all mad and you can't communicate why I can't do something. Now you mad. Now you about to hit on me. You about to wear me out with a belt because you mad. Like, what's happening here? And now I'm sad.
Because I feel like the more and more I go through this, I feel like the reason why they used to get so frustrated is you don't have an answer. When I say, like, why do we have to go? Why do we have to go this place? You don't have an answer for me. So I told, because I said so is usually the answer, but that's probably because they never asked their parents why. So the more and more I'm like, you know what? I don't know why we still do that. I used to ask that same question and I never got an answer.
Let's figure
Maybe
it out together.
sometimes, like, you know what I mean?
Legit.
Doing around. Like sometimes it's just one of those, like, you say we do something or you say anything, and then they have like some type of rebuttal, and you have to like fight to hold your smile in or fight to hold a laugh in because I don't know. I never thought to ask that question. But I don't like the way that you asked me, but what do I say? Like, can we try a different tone? Like, you know.
It's definitely those moments where you gotta turn that head, gather yourself together, and come back to being mama, being daddy again. So I definitely feel you. Let me ask you this: being that you're a mom, did it change how you show up on the field?
Uh yes, but no.
Okay.
Like it was more important for me um to express the leadership capabilities that I have once I became a mom. However, I mean, when it's in you, it's in you, right? So like, I guess like for me, it's always been like I'm super goofy. I love to play, so it's always been like play around, play around, play around. But like eventually, it was just kind of like, all right, you gotta get serious about it. You gotta take this a little bit more serious. But the passion in me has always been there. I've always like, if I'm coming out here, I'm coming out here to play. Like, so you're never gonna get a piece of me unless I'm sick and I can't. I physically can't give it to you, right? But I'm putting my time, I'm putting my money, I'm putting my heart and everything that I do. So now that you here, now I got another, you know, like I got my one of my favorite, like my biggest fans, my best fan out here now. So like I said, like I didn't come from a family that supported the sports like that. So I gotta create it. You know what I mean? Like so I got my own. Like now this is my fan base right now. And right now what you see is like I want you to say, like, oh man, like I watched my mom play. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was there for this. And so it's not hearsay or nothing like that. Like I don't care, nobody else believe me, but he do.
And that was actually leading into my next question. What do you hope that he gathers? What do you hope he learns by watching you play football? Because I'll put it like this: in our house, growing up, let's say WNBA started in '96. I didn't really start watching the WNBA until like a little bit after the pandemic. So now that I'm watching the WNBA, my son is watching it. So now he's going to have a greater appreciation for women's sports, WNBA. I've shown him women's volleyball, and now I can show him women's football. He's already on the flag football, so we getting there. What do you hope that your son is learning by watching you play sports?
Um, honestly, the biggest thing I want him to learn is just kind of like commitment. Understanding like, hey, like if you're gonna take your time to do whatever it happens to be, because maybe it's not sports, right? Maybe it's not sports. Whatever it is that you put your mind to doing, I want you to commit to it. Give it a fair chance and follow through with it. That's really my biggest thing. Just because I see so many people or so many like kids give up on whatever it is because they want to create these relationships or things like that, and it's just kind of like they like veer away. I have like a friend of mine that I'm actually talking to here at work, and we like go over stuff, and he's like his daughter quits the sports because her other friends don't play sports. So it's like no. You know what I mean? Like you'll have friends inside the sports that you play. So commitment is one of the biggest things I want them to learn. And then from that, like just kind of saying, hey, like you are like viewing like your own testimony of seeing like women can do literally everything that you can bring up, you know, like in your mind can dream of. Don't, you know, like don't follow the rest of the world and understand that like, hey, like in its own way we're created in some type of way of like equality. So like yes,
Yes.
a man and a woman are completely created differently, but that doesn't limit the like, you know, like the possibilities for us or for them. So I do want him to kind of pick up on that, but I think that's already like that's already a thing in his head. He thinks every football or everybody can play football. If he meets them, that's his one of his first questions. Do you play football or do you want to play football? So he don't care who it is, what it is, it's going down. So it's
Suit
on
up. Lace your
it.
cleats up. Let me ask you this. You played in the Title IX Cup. What does first of all, what does Title IX Cup mean to you?
Oh, it's big league. This is Super Bowl. Like I don't think nothing else of it. Like this is what I showed up for. This is, you know what I mean? Like, this is why I give all my time to. This is why I'm up early Saturday mornings. This is why I get so my birthday is always like training camp is always around my birthday. Whether it's on the birthday, the day before, the day after, training camp
Always
weekend,
around there.
birthday. I give my birthday up every since I joined Texas Elite Spartans. I give my birthday up. This is why I go to the Title IX Cup for this. This is why I gave everything up. So this is the end all do all for me.
I love it. I love it so much. Let me ask you this. I saw on your IG bio that you are Florida raised. What's in the water down there in Florida? Because the athletes that come out of there, I'm from Atlanta. Georgia, we climbing up, but we get more of the offensive linemen, defensive linemen. Y'all got the skill positions. Y'all got that on lock. So tell me, what's in the water down there in Florida?
It's the streets, man. It's in the streets. It's in the streets.
Not the
Whatever
first time I heard that. So I'm starting to believe it.
the roads with all of us been running the streets for as long as we can remember. When our feet hit the ground, it's just in it. Like I don't. It's whatever they put in that concrete. It's actually not the water.
So I guess y'all the roads that grew from the concrete.
That's really what it is.
In what part of Florida?
I was born in St. Petersburg, and I was raised in pretty much raised in Orlando. So
My home office for my job is down in St. Pete, so I frequent Tampa here and there.
okay,
I was just in Orlando a few weeks ago, family vacation. So I got love for Florida. But y'all fast. I'll say that. Y'all some fast people down there. Like I said, y'all got the skill positions on lock. I live in Memphis right now, so I don't get a lot of good college football, or I don't get any good high school football.
got you.
It's one thing I miss about being in Georgia. I miss good high school football. A few more questions, we'll get out of here. This is a segment called "Give Me More," so I just need a little bit more out of you, just a little bit.
All right.
You were number 13. What does number 13 mean to you?
So I'm actually a fan of the number three. That number's been lingering around in my life um, for forever. I know like everybody talk about like death coming threes and stuff like that or whatever the case may be. My like most favorite three people in the world I lost altogether. So I always like carry the number three or like really close to me. That's my mom, my grandma, and my sister. So like I just been carrying the number three heavy with me. So generally where you go, like everybody when you're new to a team, generally everybody like wears the number three. Actually, that was a fresh start for me when I got number 13. So when I started playing flag football and everything like that, I always wore number 33. I get two of them. So I've always worn number 33. When I got here, somebody already had it. So I'm like, I don't know what to do then. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what we gonna do? So 12 is my mom's favorite number. I was headed that direction, but something said like, you know what I mean? Like, start your own mark. So I went 13, and I never looked back. I never thought to change my number.
Man, it seems to worked out well for you. Shouts out to the MVP in the building. Let's see. What's your favorite? Let's go back to motherhood. What's your favorite thing about motherhood?
Uh, just the unlimited love, like unconditional love. Like
Yes.
like I'm an emotional person. Every contrary to everybody's belief, like I might not show it, but I'm heavy on love. So like the unlimited love, like no matter what, like at the end of the day, when you're having a bad day, long day, things just not adding up. At the end of the day, it's like, oh, you got somebody in your corner. No matter how much stuff is going wrong around you, like that one person that's always like he believes in me, he loves me, he supports me, even if he disagree with what we're talking about, I still get I love yous and I get a big hug and he tell me everything. As long as he as long as he feel like he can fix everything with a kiss, I think I'm winning. So I mean that's probably the best part about it.
I ain't gonna hold you. That's same here. We say those prayers at night, and then he always says, mommy always says, "Mommy and Daddy love you." He after that, he gonna give mommy a kiss, then he gonna give me a kiss, and I say, "Mommy and Daddy love you, man." And it's that solves whatever's going on in my day. After
Yep.
that, it's gone. It's
Yeah.
settled. Man, these darn kids. What piece of advice would you give to yourself to the younger you, if you could write not even a letter, the message of today, if you could go back and talk to that young lady, let's say back in high school.
Okay.
High school is like that pivotal moment,
Mm-hmm.
um, those pivotal years. What would you tell that young lady that's in high school?
Uh, Probably the biggest takeaway from like leading up to where I am right now is just to push through. It always works out in the end. A lot of times, like I consider my high school moments some of like the hardest times for me. I went through a lot of changes, just kind of like in life. Period. That's pretty much where I lost my mom and my grandma. So in that window is kind of like, you know what I mean, like I was tough, but at the same time, like just kind of remind myself, like, or to let my younger self know, like even when it looks like it's cloudy and you can't really see the end, just kind of push through it. It always works out.
Yeah, man, you had me stuck there for a minute. I thought you was about to go a little bit deeper, but hey, keep it right there.
Can
Hey,
always.
keep it right there.
I don't know how much time you have. I'm listen.
Let I have another segment. This is called 3 on 3. These are 3 questions. You give me your 3 answers, and I listen. I don't judge. I will make assessments. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna make some assessments depending on what you say, but I ain't gonna judge you. All right. Earlier, you mentioned Adrian Peterson. You mentioned CeeDee Lamb. So I need to know, who are your 3 favorite football players? Any position, any level. It could be any era. Just give me 3 of your favorites.
Dion, Troy Polamalu, and Aaron Rodgers. You
Okay.
said you don't judge.
I wasn't expecting A Rod. I ain't gonna hold you. I wasn't expecting it. But hey,
Guy.
I mess with A Rod on the field.
Yeah.
I mess with him on the field. Yeah.
All players. We just gonna go with that direction.
We'll keep it on the field. There we go. Um, Next question. Give me 3 of your favorite musical artists right now. Who you listening to? Who you got on the playlist? You driving to work without the kid? Because I'm pretty sure if you got the kid in the car, it's gonna be Grace's Corner, Blippy, something, Boots on the Ground.
He worse than me. Like, no, he's a Kendrick Lamar fan, so he worse than me. So,
Let me tell you something real quick. My
um,
son, he be over here trying to do a Malice verse on Ace Trumpets. He be talking about Papa and Pasta. I be like, hey, bro, get out of here.
yeah,
Get out of here.
um, no, I'm um opposite of it. I mean, I really don't like. I'm a nerd. So, anyways, we going Kevin Gates, Usher, and Monica.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Are you going to the Brandy and Monica tour?
I'm working on that. I'm in this training right now, so it's kind of pushing things out for me, and it's kind of sucking for me right now. But I had already bought my tickets to the last time Monica was supposed to be in concert, and then she canceled the concert, so I'm losing it right now because I need this.
We need the universe to make it happen.
Yes,
Universe, work and make this thing happen.
right.
Um, give. I know you said you're a nerd. Um, I was going to say, well, let's go for it and let's see what you got. Give me 3 shows or movies that you're watching that you just into right now.
I don't watch. I don't know how many times I've watched TV in the last. Let's go with. I've been here for what 4 5 weeks. In the last 5 weeks, I can't tell you. I probably turned on TV one time.
That's my wife. My wife ain't ever got to turn on the TV. Meanwhile, I be up here binge watching Love Island, binge watching all these crazy shows. Like, oh, okay. Give me 3 of your favorite nerdy, geeky things.
Okay. So right now I'm learning computer forensics, as well as pretty much digital forensics right now. So that's top on the list right now. Learning the code. I learned some mainframe coding a little while ago, and then I guess I guess you can look at, I guess, I don't know if you want to count this, but I'm just digging into the science of like fitness, because I'm also like a big fanatic Of I'm a gym fanatic, so I'm musclehead a little bit. So I mean, we just kind of digging into the science of everything and trying to like figure out the best way or the fastest way to kind of heal the body right now. So
This is definitely my wife. My wife is definitely computer lady. Like she ain't gonna ever turn on the TV, but she'll turn on the computer every night.
nope,
She's gonna
every
turn the computer on,
that's
and it's
one of
not
the
even gonna be social media. It's just gonna be like random stuff, like random.
yes.
I wish I could take whatever certifications you have. I wish I could take them and go give me another job and just be able to do it,
Hey
but I
man,
can't.
it's just a need to like learn. That's really what it is. Like I'm constantly like looking up new things, trying to figure out like how things work, how I can get to the bottom of something right now. Like yeah, I'm I don't know. I don't know where it came from, but I love it. I like it. That's where I live at.
There's an old saying of what's in a name, Jewelle. There's a lot in your name, and your name fits who you are because you're unique. You're special. You are one of one. You are her. So I've enjoyed this time being with you. My last question to you: how do you want to be remembered? Uh, how do you want the world to remember you?
Uh, honestly, I don't think I've ever been asked this question before, but honestly, if I had to like pick how the world remembers me, it would be along the lines of just a person that like live true to who they are, right? I'm very comfortable in myself. I love people, and generally, like it's because I'm like introverted. A lot of times I guess people kind of like think completely like the opposite, like, oh no, you don't talk to nobody or whatever. But I love people in general, and if I had to like express that, or if I had to leave the earth one day, I would love to, like, like love for everybody to know how much I love people, how genuine I am, how much I believe in people around me, how I love to help others around me, and I mean, just knowing I'm a genuine person, that's really it.
And that's where we come back and find common ground. See, now we on the same page. Same here. That's the reason why I started More Insight. I legit wanted to help people get those stories out that may not be mainstream, but at least do my part and get the story out there. You have an incredible story. The entire league as a whole is amazing. And I've seen OJ in publishing this year. I've seen her on magazines. I've seen her doing more interviews this year, and I just see that the awareness for the WNCF is growing every day. WNFC, I'm sorry, WNFC is growing every day. I, my son got me watching wrestling, so I got a lot of W's and all that
Oh,
AEW, WWE. I got it all mixed up. So
yeah, you okay? You good? You good?
all right, I did my homework. I did my homework.
I believe. Trust me, I saw. I know you did.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to give you this time, this space, this opportunity to give a shout out to anybody. Let people know where they can follow you, keep up with your journey, and any last messages that you have.
Man, all right. If y'all want to follow me, I'm a Juice Guy underscore 13. Shout
Great
out
name,
to.
by the way.
Thank you so much. Um, just really shout out to women's in sports. That's really the biggest thing. Like, shout out to all of us. Keep doing y'all's thing. Message to everybody. I noticed that like everybody like constantly trying to figure out how to level up their game. Keep going where you're going. Keep being a better version of yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just because that's where we mess up. That's what we all mess up at. You know what I mean? Like just be better than you were last year or the year before that. Pour into yourself when we talking about like, hey, developing our games, like I see a lot of people actually getting into it and they getting trainers. Keep going, keep like dig into that. But the biggest thing is learn more about the game, learn more about what it is that like that you want to do. What do you want to take from this game, or what you want to give back to this game? When you start digging into that, you kind of like develop your personality on film. I know it's so easy to say like, hey, like I want to play this position, but don't worry about like what looks good on paper. Go do what your body allows you to do. What does your body fit? Like, I'm like, where's your mind frame? How much can you develop? I mean, how much can you absorb from this game? And then you give all of that out in your, like on film. Like we all receivers or we all quarterbacks in our head, but when you get out here and you your body. You might be the best defensive end that's out here, and you don't give yourself that opportunity to do so because you trying to live somebody else's dream. So you got to step outside of that and actually, like, like, just do what your body allows you to do. Shout out to y'all, like, that's trying to develop your game. Continue to do so. Shout out to Texas Elite, of course. That's my heart. I love my team.
Yeah,
Um, um, Shout out to, like, the commissioner, the CEO, all of that. Like, OJ Dillo, thank y'all for everything that y'all have done for us. Shout out to you for, like, helping us, put these stories out here. Like, like, more people like you, we could, positive media, like, we could definitely, we can go way further than what we think. This outreach is big. Yeah.
absolutely. Hey, that's what I'm here for. I already told D Train that being that I'm in Memphis, I know that there's a team in Jackson, Mississippi, and and because I'm from Atlanta, I can always go back home.
Yeah.
The next season that comes up, and the Texas Elite Spartans go to one of those cities, I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up.
It's like a new rival already for us with Mississippi and Texas. So I
Oh,
mean, that's
I already know.
a new rival. And I don't know, like, we might end up playing Atlanta. Like, I don't know what it is, but every time somebody says, like, oh, this wouldn't happen if Texas had to play this team, and somehow these teams end up on our schedule. So you don't know, but we might end up playing Atlanta. Like, we only played them probably once, twice, maybe. I think we played them in a playoff game once before, but so you might get what you're looking for. We back in your hometown, so come
Hey,
out there, interviews and everything, pre-game, post-game, run it up.
hey, I'm wherever I can get in, that's where I'm gonna fit in. Exactly what you said earlier. That's what I'm gonna try to do. So I appreciate it. Thank you all for your time. Thank you all for checking us out on More Insight. This is Insight you can trust because there is more where it came from. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share with a friend. Get the word out that we out here trying to build a community. We're trying to tell positive stories, y'all. We're not trying to be out here in the headlines and talking about who there, over here, over there. We ain't talking about nobody mama. We just trying to give out good stories, y'all. So help me out in doing that. I appreciate your time, and we'll see you next time.